Hey there! On today's video, we'll be traveling from Los Angeles to Las Vegas with United Airlines on one of their 737-900s. During this trip, we will visit the Maple Leaf Lounge at LAX and see what it's like to fly in a United Economy Plus. We start our journey at Terminal 7 after stepping off the parking spot shuttle. This was filmed before the opening of the new LAX metro station, or I would have taken that instead. See my video on the opening day festivities here, and my video on how to get to the new transit center here. United is the sole operator at Terminal 7 and 8 at LAX. These terminals were renovated in 2019 and were very nice. After printing my boarding pass, we can head to the security checkpoint located on the same level as check-in. Looks like we're on time. One note about the metal detectors in this TSA pre-check line, they're very sensitive. I'm usually okay wearing a belt through the metal detector, but this one went off for every single person with a belt or watch on. Other than that, we are through quickly and on our way to Terminal 6, which is where the Air Canada Maple Leaf Lounge is located. Turn right after clearing security and walk by this very fancy looking United Club, which sadly I do not have access to on this flight, but would love to visit at some point as I hear it's one of the better in the network. Recently, all the terminals at LAX became connected behind security, allowing passengers to move throughout the terminals without going through TSA again. Some of these connectors are underground and are long, sad, windowless hallways. But from Terminal 7 to Terminal 6, it's nothing but windows and views of the planes. These connectors allow passengers to get food at a restaurant they may like in another terminal, or take advantage of a lounge like I'm doing today. Do note that there's no moving walkway or tram between terminals, and can be a lengthy walk if you're going between multiple terminals. If you want to see what it's like going from Terminal 4 to Terminal 5, see my video here. We are now in Terminal 6, which is home to Alaska Airlines, Hawaiian, Air Canada, and Southern Airways Express. The walk between Terminal 7 and Terminal 6 takes about 7 minutes at a normal walking pace. The route is also completely accessible. This terminal recently underwent a renovation, but it still looks a little dated in parts. The lounge is located close to the end of the terminal. The way I'm able to access this lounge is due to a partnership between Chase Sapphire Reserve and Air Canada, allowing cardholders access while flying on Star Alliance airlines such as United. This perk is only available for the main cardholder or authorized user. If you like to bring a guest, it's $59 per person, and they also must be flying on a Star Alliance airline. The elevator to take you up to the lounge is located across from the Point the Way Cafe. The lounge reopened in November of 2024 after being closed for refurbishment. It looks great and super clean. For breakfast, there's a small buffet with multiple items including French toast sticks, French fries, breakfast sausage, and some tomato dish I did not recognize. I arrived at the end of breakfast service and decided to wait for lunch to be put out. One thing I have not seen in other lounges before is that alcohol is not served until after 11 a.m. I looked it up to see if this is specific to this lounge, but it seems to be a system-wide rule. Now, I'm not saying you need a beverage before noon, but airports are a lawless place, and I'm flying to Vegas after all. While I waited for lunch to be put out, I grabbed a cappuccino. When I arrived, the seating was fairly limited, but as some flights started boarding, the lounge thinned out considerably. The floor-to-ceiling windows give great views of the aircraft movements below. Soon after 11 a.m., the buffet was switched to lunch. There were 3 hot options: cheese ravioli, green beans, and risotto. Next to this was some cake and a very nice looking salad bar. This also meant that the bar was now stocked and opened. It's a self-service bar with 2 beers on tap, wine, and some spirits. I chose to go with the sparkling wine, and it was pretty good, especially paired with these views. The food was decent and filling for lounge food, which is a plus in my book. After a little plane spotting, I packed up and made my way downstairs to walk back to my gate. This lounge is styled very nicely, and the food is about average for a lounge. But I probably wouldn't come back if I was flying with my family and had to pay for their entry, because I don't think it's worth the price. To make our way back to Terminal 7, we will turn left out of the elevator and follow the signs. Again, this walk can take anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes depending on your walking speed, so give yourself plenty of time. Our flight to Las Vegas will be departing out of Gate 75A, which is equipped to handle international flights, and that's why there's this terrarium-like structure around the gate entrance. I'm impressed by United's screens at the gate areas and how much information they provide. They've also made the desk area at the gate look like an upscale hotel check-in. Soon, boarding was called and we can get our first look at the 12-year-old Boeing 737-900ER that will be taking us on this quick 1-hour hop to Vegas. The ER in the plane name stands for the extended range, which is something I don't think we'll need today. We'll be sitting in Economy Plus, which I was able to select at check-in for free due to my Premier Status Challenge, a promotion United was doing where they would match whatever status you had on another airline for a trial period. Good timing for me because it expired the day after this flight. This 737 has been retrofitted in the United Next interior and has larger overhead bins. Our seat today is 9F. While we wait for boarding to complete, let's take a look at our seat. The legroom is more than normal economy on United, which, if you want to see what that looks like, see my video here. For reference, I am 6'4". There are air vents and lights above, as is tradition. The tray table fits over my thighs and is a decent size. There are 2 power outlets per row, and the entertainment box luckily doesn't take much footroom away. Economy Plus on United includes more legroom and earlier boarding. Complimentary alcoholic drinks are not included, unlike American, Delta, and Alaska. Each seat has their own screen, which has a headphone jack and USB A and C power ports. Looks like a normal day in Vegas. These displays also allow you to pair your own personal Bluetooth headphones. The entertainment selection is extensive with a lot of new releases. There's a moving map and the screen can pivot in case the person in front of you reclines. Here's the in-flight menu for longer flights, but for this flight we'll be lucky to get a drink service. Looks like we're about to push back on time. Oh no.
Apologize for the delay. Your flight crew, cockpit crew just came in from San Francisco a little bit behind schedule, so we're doing a pre-flight. Let us finish our pre-flight. We'll get you out of the gate here safely over to Las Vegas. Once we get the wheels up, it'll be a short flight today.
Right after this announcement, I received a notification from the United app explaining the delay. I think this is one of the things United does extremely well, giving detailed answers on what's causing the delays. At least we're on our way now. Oh no, it's never a good thing when you make a U-turn while taxiing to the runway. Unfortunately, the delay at the gate made us miss our landing slot in Las Vegas, so we had to wait on the ground for an additional 30 minutes for another landing slot. Once we had our new time slot, we then headed over to runway 25 left, normally used for arrivals since 25 right was just closed for inspections. This explains the car racing out onto the runway. All in all, it took us an hour and 20 minutes to reach the runway, which is longer than the flight itself. Not ideal, but still faster than driving. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and watch this cool takeoff roll. As we climbed, we saw Ontario Airport off in the distance. It is the only one out of LA's 5 airports I haven't flown out of. Hopefully, I will be changing that soon. Crew did a full drink service. I went with my usual plain sparkling water and was blessed with a full can. This Boeing Sky interior makes the plane feel bigger than it is when the overhead bins are stowed. There are not many scenic highlights on this flight other than some nice desert scapes. This futuristic-looking sun farm is the Ivanpah Solar Power Facility, which is slated to be closed in 2026 due to its outdated technology of using the sun to boil water instead of photovoltaic solar panels. And that's as much as I understood on Wikipedia about that. Moments after, we began our approach into Las Vegas. That dirt lot we just passed over is the future station at Brightline West, which is the new high-speed train between Greater Los Angeles and Las Vegas. The estimated travel time from Rancho Cucamonga, LA area station to Vegas is a little over 2 hours. I hope I could be on that first train in a few years. Unfortunately, the wind shifted, so I was not on the correct side to see the strip while landing. There's the strip. Today we'll be pulling into the satellite D gates. Immediately we are hit with the heat from the desert as we step onto the jet bridge. Entering the terminal, we have our first visual that we are in Sin City, slot machines in the airport. Vegas is one of the 2 airports in the United States that allows this. The other airport is just north of here in Reno, Nevada. From the satellite D gates, you have to take a tram to either Terminal 1 or Terminal 3. Make sure to see what terminal your airline uses for their baggage claim. If you want to see more on taking the Las Vegas airport trams and how to access the rental car shuttle or interterminal shuttle, watch my 2 videos here. On the whole, this was a good trip with United. I was hesitant in the past to book any trips with them, but now they're quickly becoming one of the airlines I look for. I do wish they had a few more perks for their Economy Plus product, but I can't complain on this flight because it was free. The Maple Leaf Lounge was nice, but I don't know if it's worth the walk unless you have some time to kill, and it's for sure not worth it if you have to pay to enter. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm off to the pool.